There is so much wellness advice out there that honestly, it can get really exhausting trying to figure out what is a trend versus what is actually going to give you results. So today I'm sharing with you my top 5 wellness habits that I've consistently practiced and have genuinely seen results from. Everything from my sleep quality, my energy levels, my mood, my focus, and everything in between. So grab yourself a fun little drink, get comfy, get cozy, and let's get right into it. Sleep hygiene was definitely the most impactful change that I made to my wellness routine, and it's definitely the one habit that I would recommend starting with every single time. And sleep isn't just about how many hours you get, it's also about consistency with a routine and timing. Our bodies all run on an internal clock, and when we're constantly waking up and going to bed at different times, it's so hard for our bodies to figure out a routine that is going to work for us. And that affects our energy, our mood, our appetite, basically everything else. So going to bed and waking up at the same time every single day will help regulate your circadian rhythm. And over time, this is going to make falling asleep a lot easier for you. It's also going to improve the quality of sleep that you're getting and help you wake up feeling energized and ready for your day rather than heavy and groggy. In the evening, it is so important to reduce overhead lighting and blue light exposure, because when we do that, our body is going to produce more melatonin, which is going to help us sleep better. So what you can do is start dimming your lights after the sun sets, use lamps that aren't overhead, and switch any of the screens that you're looking at to nighttime mode. On the other hand, getting sunlight exposure first thing in the morning is just as important. Getting morning sunlight in our eyes signals to our body that it's daytime, time to wake up, and once again is setting our circadian rhythm. And last but not least, for sleep hygiene, it's so important to get into a routine that is going to help us tie all these habits all together. So this might mean at sunset, you're going outside, going into your backyard, and actually watching the sunset. Then you're going inside and dimming all the lights around your home, taking some magnesium, and then doing a calming activity, which can be the classics, reading, journaling, or anything that isn't with the screen. This is going to give your body the signal that it's okay to slow down and unwind, and you're finally giving yourself the permission to get tired and then fall asleep. I have talked about this so many times, but walking is one of the most underrated, free, beginner-friendly habits that anyone can implement into their wellness routine. We have all heard about the classic reach 10,000 steps a day, but there is a reason why that is so widely recommended. It's not just some sort of trend facade. There's actual facts behind it. Walking not only supports our cardiovascular health, but it improves circulation throughout the body, and it helps regulate our blood sugar levels, which is what's going to give us stable energy throughout the entire day. Another great thing about walking is it's a low intensity workout, meaning it's good for your central nervous system and it's not going to boost your cortisol. This next one is also really big: fiber intake. Fiber plays such a huge role in our gut health, but it's something that is often overlooked because protein is currently in the spotlight. Obviously, protein is so important. It has its place. We need it on a daily basis. I'm not saying don't reach your protein intake, but what I noticed for myself personally is that I was falling into the trap of only prioritizing protein and then forgetting about everything else. So recently, I've become way more intentional about adding a lot more into my diet, and that's where I started increasing my fiber intake and really noticing a difference. Prioritizing our fiber intake is going to give us more stable blood sugar levels, so we're not constantly craving a ton of different things throughout the entire day, and it's going to feed our gut microbiome, which is so essential for overall health. The gut also plays a key role in inflammation in our body, our immune system, our mood, and even if we're having brain fog or not. And for me, I always love to focus on what you can add in rather than focus on what you need to take out or focus on restriction. And I won't lie to you guys, I'm not the best at eating my vegetables. I am also guilty of having that bag of lettuce in the back of the fridge that has been there for a little too long and now it's getting a little soggy and you know you need to toss it. So I got creative here. I've started making overnight chia seed pudding because chia seeds have 9 grams of fiber per serving. I've also loved adding in raspberries. They're also high in fiber, kiwi, sweet potato, things that I know I will actually eat, enjoy, and stay consistent with. And let me just tell you, once I become consistent with my fiber intake, going to the bathroom has never been easier. And just knowing how good it is for our gut health makes it a habit worth prioritizing. Moving on to red light therapy. Honestly, this one I was a little bit hesitant at first. I didn't know if it was a trend, something that influencers do just to look aesthetic. So I thought might as well give it a go. And now red light therapy has genuinely become the thing that has taken my skincare to the next level. I personally use the Dr. Dennis Gross LED face mask, and this one has 3 different settings. So you have red light, you have blue light, and you have a combo. You definitely need to be consistent with it to truly see results. One other thing I love about red light therapy is that you can easily incorporate it into your nighttime routine. I usually habit stack it with other habits like journaling or reading. So I'll put on my red light mask and I'll read 10 pages or I'll journal, whatever it is. But I know the moment my red light mask is on, we're doing another habit at the same time. Once you have the basics down, there are definitely great tools out there like the red light mask worth investing in. Speaking of the basics, the biggest thing I learned about wellness is that it isn't always about doing more. Usually it's about going back to the basics and simplifying things for yourself. Obviously there's always a new wellness tool to try, new routine, new diet, new supplement, and while some of those things can actually be worth investing in and incorporating into your routine, it's hard to see what is working for you and what's not if you're constantly changing things. So what does sticking to the basics actually look like? For me, sticking to the basics was doing things and keeping them simple enough that I could stay consistent. And also sticking to the basics can look like getting your daily walks in, going to the gym a certain amount of days a week, eating whole foods, hydrating enough. Those are also part of just the basics of wellness. But once I took a second to just slow down and focus on consistency, that is when I actually started to see results in the things that I was doing. That's all for today's video. I do want to preface, I'm not a health professional. This is just what I've learned through years and years of experience with my own journey. And as someone who is actively learning more and more about wellness constantly, I just thought this would be a nice video to share. I do hope that this video was helpful. And if you guys did like it and want a longer video with more tips, definitely let me know because I can make that for you. Be sure to give this video a like. It helps support my channel and it helps other people find it. And I think it's so important to get information like this out there. If you stayed this long, definitely stay a little bit longer and subscribe. Once again, that is all for today. I love you guys so much and I'll see you again next week for another video. Bye!